Tell us about the smart TVs, what you're finding. I know you're doing some innovative programs with some brands. Give us an update.
We find the smart TV market at the moment phenomenally exciting. I think it sort of breaks into a couple of different parts. One is obviously the TV itself and how we get involved in sort of the true definition of the connected TV. You know, it has an Ethernet port or Wi-Fi going straight into it. But I think that's still kind of very much the early stages. And then the second part, and probably the one that's more evolved, and we're certainly seeing is accelerating the uptake, is the devices that are plugging into it that are creating it to be a connected device. You know, things like the Xbox, the PlayStation. And for us, that's where the immediate opportunity is. And we're very much exploring that for our clients.
So give us some examples of some implementations that you guys are doing.
So we've got a great campaign just about to go live for Honda cars, where we're using Xbox and Kinect technology, which is all about sort of how do you get someone to experience a car without necessarily being in a showroom or driving it themselves. So, you know, very much bring in the sort of motion control and being able to kind of almost feel and play with the car. So that's very exciting. Also, we're looking at the second screen opportunities. So how do we use things like iPads and any form of tablet really, and smartphones, and start to make the TV commercial and the TV content a lot more interactive. Traditionally, if you think, you know, TV viewing, advertising has been very much that sort of passive thing of, yes, you know, we now have the shout outs of, you know, go look at our Twitter feed, you know, use this hashtag or like us on Facebook. But actually, it's how do we add another layer to that, and you know, how do we, in a world where people are paying less and less attention to TV, even though they're spending more time watching it, how do we bring that attention back and focus it on our clients? So a recent example was the Eurovision Song Contest. So on ZBox second screen app, we sort of sponsored the show. And we brought in do your own voting, kind of shouting out from the program, allowing people to win products within the program, and also pushing the TV ad into the tablet, so the second screen. So even though it was a BBC program where obviously we can't do ads, actually we were able to get ads going into it on a regular basis, and we were having dwell times of sort of 43 minutes. Which was phenomenal, and I think we had 21% of everyone watching the program via ZBox got involved with our activity, which was phenomenal.
So it's early on. What about analytics and ROI? And because this is a new medium, how do you tell the brands? Is it because it's cool and you've got to be there? Is there a real established return on investment for them at this point?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is at the beginning of the campaign actually identifying what is it that we deem success to be. We're still very much in the early days of it, but I think the biggest mistakes that brands are making is going in and doing it simply because it's cool. You have to understand what good is going to be at the end of it, and for us, with the ZBox example that I just gave, we very clearly defined it. We wanted dwell time, we wanted interaction. So were people clicking on, the competitions we were putting in there, the polls that we were putting in there? Could we get them to be involved? And then, we know, how many people then saw our ad, but also, we were able to track it all the way through to actual purchase. So because we were on a web experience, actually for the first time you have a TV ad, although not in this case, but because we pushed the TV ad in via ZBox, we can have people going straight through and buying the camera off the Currys or Dixon's website. So for the first time we're saying actually it's not a theoretical, we can tell you how many cameras we sold.